Traveling girl, on the thoughts of losing you sometime. Wondering all the time. I'm mighty wondering, baby, wondering all the time. Well, it's wondering, little girl, will you always be mine?
We're gonna run that 200 up to 600. That's the goal.
Not only 600.
All right, maybe 800.
More.
1,000?
Yes.
All right, we'll try to run up to 1,000. That would tie my record. I'm in the local cigar shop, Humidor, which is in Libertyville, and it is just fantastic. I haven't been in here a lot because I took a long break from cigars. You know, a little bit of sinus issues here and there, but I absolutely love them, and very fond of the flavor and the mood that they create. I usually hit Arturo Fuentes. Well, they have Padrones here. I remember smoking those. Like the Arturo Fuente Petites. Those are some of my favorites. Yummy, delicious. Go to the one downtown. Like, these are probably really good. Those are $17 each. Yummy. I love some of these names. Chunky. Yeah. You want to get something usually that the store owner or store manager recommends. And get something that's small and short, because you're probably not going to finish it. This dude's playing cards back here. Very fucking cool. I think I found the
What a week
magic
it's
sauce.
been. What a few weeks it's been. I hope y'all don't get the stomach flu like I did. It is a son of a bitch. Terrible. Friday means fun day. So glad it's here. We're gonna go play 1-2 no limit hold'em cash games. Very psyched. Want to talk to you about a few things. First, as always, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Let's talk poker. Let's talk going on tilt. Going on tilt is the worst thing, one of the worst things that can happen to you in a cash game or in a tournament. Let me give you a couple examples. 2 weeks ago, I flop a set. I'm holding 10s. Flop comes something, 10 something. I flop a set of 10s. Bet it out, bet it out. I was doing really well at that point. Unbeknownst to me, guy at the end of the table, we go heads up. He's got pocket aces. You know he ain't going nowhere. You guessed it, he turns an ace. On the turn, set over set situation. Took me for about 200 bucks. I went on tilt after that and spewed a lot of chips. Fast forward 2 weeks later, last weekend, I flopped 2 pair. I'd been at the button, I'm holding 2-3 suited. Flop is like 2-3-7. Rainbow. I flopped 2 pair. Bet it out, bet it out. Some guy who had just sat down at the table, he's just calling my bets, calling 50, calling 75. You guessed it, he gets a runner flush to beat my 2 pair. Took me for about 150 bucks. Again, I spewed chips after that on tilt. So what's the point here? What's the lesson learned? I think number one, always be conscientious of the word tilt, going on tilt, what it means, that it's not something that's just made up. No, it's something that can physically happen, and it will happen, and it does happen. And you, me, need to recognize that the moment it begins, because the moment it begins and the moment you are on that tilt is the moment you're going to give it all back and you're going to spew. to add to this, I'm surfing through videos the other day, and there's this video from David Williams, famous poker player, David Williams. You could look him up. He took 5,000 one night in Vegas up to 800,000. No joke. And when he was at the $800,000 point, one of his buddies was trying to get him to leave and just go celebrate. Nope. David wanted to try and take it up to $1 million. And then he went on tilt, and it dropped to 600,000, then 400,000, and then 200,000. And by the end of the night, he had zero. He was asking people at the table if he could borrow 100,000. This game we play, we call poker, has a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of emotions can fly all over the place. It takes tremendous discipline, tremendous focus, and the ability to recognize that point when you go on tilt is the point when you got to get up and leave. I don't know another way to say it. And I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm also preaching to myself. Here we go. There's my rant for today. Gonna try and take 200 tonight up to 600. You know that's what I like to do. So here we go. Oh yeah,
Book a win. Lost 200 in that cash game. So not able to record hands at that poker room. So I thought I'd read you a little bit of my Excel spreadsheet diary that I always talk about in my vlogs. I'm just going to read some of the highlights. What you're seeing here is some records from earlier last year. So the top line, booked a win for 471 you see there. And my notes say, half of which came from a full house. Ace, 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 king, king. I was holding ace, ace. I flopped an ace on the flop for trips, flopped the set, then slow played it to the end. Also hit a big flush and a big straight. The second line on here says a book of $400 win. Turned $100 into $500 after I donked out of a multi-table tournament. My notes say lots of loose and drunk donks playing that late night. The third line on here says a book of $600 win. My notes say incredible night. Hit 3 of a kind over 6 times over 3 hours, including a full house, a flush, an ace high straight on the river, and then I wrote several beers. Down that line is my biggest cash win ever. I remember that night of 780. And my notes say, flopped ace high flush, which would be the nut flush. Another hand flopped trips, ace, 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 with my pocket aces. That'd be flopping a set. And then the second line, it says flopped a straight at least twice. Lots of donks and fishes. That's my notes. And then 2 back-to-back $175 losses. The first one, my notes say, played okay at best, tired, final hand flopped 2 pair, but got sucked out on the turn with the guy hitting a flush holding ace-9 offsuit. The second line there, lost 175. My notes say, card dead for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Tried to open my range several times during last hour, but no good flops. Got 1 pair entire time, 10-10, which won me a small double up. So you can see the rest of my notes there. Some cool stuff. I just thought I'd show this because I don't have much else to show you here today. Yeah.
Oh, 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 oh.
master, I know nothing. I am the master, I know nothing. I am the master, I know nothing. But I am a servant, I know something, yeah. I am the master, I am definitely still young. Built on a hunger for those old stove, fucking stubborn, a lot of self-work undone. But I am a witness, ha 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 ha. Life one cares in the cities of the music, music, music. Ah, oh. Oh, oh.